In this video, I'm going to show you how to shade forms using charcoal. So you're going to take the gray paper, and I'm going to first start with drawing a cone. So I'm essentially just making a triangle, and then I'm making it a little bit curved at the bottom. That's the shape for the cone. Then I'm taking my big charcoal stick here, and I'm going to start to make kind of a mini triangle shape within that cone that follows the shape of the cone. And that's going to be the area that's the darkest. So that's the side that gets the least amount of light. So it's on the far side of the cone from where the light source is. And I'm just going to use my finger and actually start blending it. So you're going to get your hands a little dirty, but that's okay. You can wash them. And I'm going to add a little bit of darkness on this side so you can see the edge and where it starts to curve again. Now you have white charcoal, and again I'm going to make a little mini triangle and this is the part where the light is directly hitting the cone. So that's going to be the lightest side where the light is actually hitting the cone. Alright, and then I'm going to just blend that shadow that I drew in a little bit as well, and now I'm going to take my eraser and clean up the edge. So there are two erasers in your bucket. One of them is the hard white eraser, and this one's a gum eraser, so it's actually flexible. You can knead it, and it looks like a piece of gum, but it's not, so don't throw it away. It's actually an eraser. So next, let's draw our cylinder. So on the guide, you can see the general shape of the cylinder, but I'm going to start with an oval. So I'm drawing an oval shape, and then I'm going to extend the oval down with two lines, and then draw a curved bottom half of the oval at the bottom of the cylinder. I'm going to take my charcoal stick again, and I'm going to find the area that is the darkest side that's away from the light source, and I'm going to just draw a line up and down to show where that cylinder is curving away from the light. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the light again to define the other edge. Then I'm using my finger to blend it. I'm going to kind of go back and forth a little bit on this one to show where that, to blend that edge, and it makes it look a little bit more rounded and curved. So at the top, I'm going to go in and add some more charcoal and make that a little bit of a medium gray, because some light hits the top, but if this is coming directly from the side, it'll be a little bit dark at the top too. And then I'm going to define those edges so you can see where the top and the bottom are more distinct. I'm going in and adding the highlight, again just making a strip up and down, a vertical line with the white charcoal as my highlight, and then I'm going to do the edge of reflected light on the left hand side there. Again, take my eraser, clean up all those edges, and draw in the shadow. So the shadow will go in the direction opposite of where my light source is. So my light source came from the right, so the shadow is going on the left. Okay, so let's look at the next shape. This is a sphere, so I'm just drawing a circle best I can. I'm just taking my pencil round and round to try to get the best circle shape I can. It's not perfect, that's okay. I'm going to take the white charcoal and draw the highlight in, and now I'm making kind of a smiley face there. See how it looked kind of like a smiley emoji with a, one eye? And I'm using the dark to kind of make the mouth part. And then once I draw that half circle in, I'm just using my finger and blending those edges so that it looks a little less harsh. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with my white for the highlight, and I'm going to extend that highlight. So again, that highlight is where the light is hitting directly. Then I'm going to take that kneaded eraser, that one that looks like gum. I'm actually going to take away some of that dark because I realized I made it just a little too dark and it didn't look blended enough. So I took it a little bit away to get kind of a medium gray. Now at the bottom, this is where our reflected light is. So when the light hits the table, it bounces back up onto that sphere and it creates a small area of light towards the bottom. Now I'm going to take my erasers again and just clean up all those edges and make it look a little bit more like a sphere. And now I'm drawing in the shadow. So the shadow will be rounded, sort of the similar shape as the sphere. Okay. Again, take my eraser and kind of clean things up. And now I'm going to move on to the cube. So again, the cube is just a square, two squares that kind of meet. So I'm sure you've drawn a cube like this before. So I draw one square, and then I draw another square kind of off behind it, and now I make the corners meet, and then I erase them. Now at the front, I'm going to make this kind of a medium dark gray with my charcoal stick and use my finger to blend it. Now this side is the side that's away from the light, so it's really, really dark. Okay, now I'm going to add in my shadow. Then I'm going to add the highlight at the top with the white charcoal. And that's it. Now we're done. We've got all 4 of our forms.